Hi friends, welcome to the IT Guy YouTube channel. So today we plan to see how we can use network command in with Python. So this video will be helpful for the beginners and the network admins who plan to start their automation stuffs. So before going to the session, the prerequisite we can see. So here the prerequisite is like you must know what will be the list in Python. So usually it is one of the data types in Python, and what will be the for loops and how we can use the range functions and all. And one more thing, subprocess module. So how we can use the subprocess module. So via subprocess module, the kernel level interaction we can able to achieve. Suppose we can able to use the ping and then ns lookups or network commands are like that. So we can able to achieve from Python to Linux. Here my platform is Linux. So here we can able to interact via subprocess module. So on the time module and then file handling, let me explain in further go. So for in this session I can take 5 country IPs, which means not a country IP. Randomly I'm taking the public IPs. Here we can able to test because I'm at home. So here I am able to test in that production IPs and all. So you can able to use your server IPs and then firewall IPs and whichever IPs you plan to monitor the connectivity part. The ultimate aim, suppose if any fluctuations or if any downtime happened on the remote end or any connection issues will break between from your end to that destination host, how we come to know? Yes, of course we can able to get it from the monitoring tools and all, but in some cases we don't monitor these kind of things. So in this case we can able to utilize this script. So definitely this script will be helpful for you to understand much better how we can utilize it. So let's we start. So before that I can close my video. Okay. So let's me take that py file as a test 1.py. Here I am just pasting that server IPs. So these were the server IPs, so we plan to utilize in our sessions. Okay, I think it no better. So in USA we have the dedicated server. Assume it is we have dedicated server at France and we have dedicated server at Germany's and then UK's. So in this case, how we can able to achieve means we plan to do the ping. See here in USA is the list of 0. That index will be 0 and that index next to the USA the index will be 1. So it will be an IP. So same here. So whichever the index pointing to that odd, it will be pointing as a country, and whichever the index pointing on the odd, it is pointing to the IP. So that segregation is crucial in these sessions. So we can able to see how we can segregate. Before going to that, how we can see rate server me create one more. Let's we run that program. To run the program you just mentioned Python 3 and then test.py. So here enumerate we missed something. Okay, I think we missed in for I comma j enumerate. So here we can test Python. See, the even numbers are pointing that countries, and the odd number is pointing that IPs. So for this much of segregation, we plan to use that enumerate functions. So enumerate function will give that index and then element on order. So basically it will show that index parts. It is very useful on the production level environment using that enumerate function. So let me comment this. So for I in range, we has to define the length. Server IPs. So it will be the case sensitive. So how we can segregate? So we can directly define if I equal to 0, then you can pass. Okay, suppose L if in L if you just point the conditions which you try to filter the IPs alone. I should so here we can segregate it only odd index. So later we can able to give sub process. Before that we has to import sub process dot run is the method we can call, and in that we can define ping and then count. If you are using the Windows, you just mention -n, and let me create for four request from our end, and we can mention server IP, and we can use that index, then st out process dot dev. So let me explain what will be the std out equal to subprocess dot terminal. So if you are not defining this std out terminal, so you will face the ping request happening in that console itself. So let me explain. Suppose if there any request timeout come from the ping which we define here, so we will get a 2 response from the OR. So if it is a successful ping, then we can define OR dot return code equal to 0. Can give the space if all dot equal to 0. I think we miss. It is not a function, sorry. So if you are doing a mistake, so it won't allow to give a proper indentations. So that's what previously that if is pointing to that left. Now I'm moving. I think we missed this one. So let's recheck print. Suppose if you get a successful ping, then you can mention link was active. You can define that server IP also here. Suppose if the ping fails, so what will be the output? So if it is successful ping, you will get the return code as 0, or else you will get the return code as 1. So for these conditions, so in this case we can able to print which link, which IP is down. So I can able to define link was down. You can do the format, and then you just to define that server IPs. Hope we did that. So let's check that outputs. std output server. Okay, I got that. I think we are not closing that list, so that's what we get an error. So let me close and then we try. Name on service link was down. Okay, link was down, it is calling. Okay, so see here the indentation we missed, so we are changing the indentation now, and also for here. Okay, link was down, test page, service not known. Okay, let's see, import subprocess. Okay, server. Okay, server IPs. Okay, okay, subprocess run and ping -c and then server IP it will call here. Okay, then stdio out subprocess dev null. Okay, it is sufficient. Return ret return code, the name will be the okay. It is okay. Then I think I missed here. Okay, let's we save and then run. If I equal to 0, the loop will come here. Okay, so process return code is return code. Okay, correct only. Format server IP of this. Okay, okay, see, we forgot. Finally I got. So no equal to, here it is not equal to. Now we can able to get the output. So minor things he has to clear on this. So let me open. Okay, so here we will get the successful ping from the all IPs. Okay, so here what I plan to do means, see here, during that interval I just disconnect my Wi-Fi, so the connection got terminated. So let's we check this. If it is not a successful ping, what will be the result? Let me run the script. I plan to disable my Wi-Fi now. I just disabled. Showing inactive. Let's see, link was down. So again I'm enabling that. Link was active. See here. So here we can't able to see what will be the location wise IPs. So what I will do means, we are already we are filtered that odd index to input that IPs. So how we can able to define location in this section? So for the location we just mention server IP. If it is a not 0 or 3 1 5 like that. So previous one is the location. So what you will do is just mention I minus 1. Okay, so same thing if the server is down, server down, location we can mention here. Here I can switch the link. So the condition which I defined is, whenever you are getting the successful ping, then you can able to get this kind of link was active print. So whenever you are getting the down, then you can able to get which link was down, and which means IP, and which location it is. So here we are filtering only the odd index, okay, which means the I value will be only the odd. So what I will do means we are allowing only odd, but we can able to get that even also. So here I will define that list with -1. So here we can able to achieve that country part. Let me show how we can achieve this. Sorry, one second. We don't want to wait more. So let me change to 3. Here we can test. So it was active, so I am disabling the Wi-Fi now. I just disabled. I think the link was down. Link was down. Okay, again I activated that. Here we can able to see the down when it was down and all, but we don't know about when this happened, which means specifically I'm saying the timelines. So for that we need a separate we have to import the separate module. We have to import from dev time. From this module we can import that function dev time. So here we are imported and we plan to utilize it. So in which part we plan to utilize? He already defined link was down and then location. Here I will define time. Define time will be how we need to call the function means date dot time date time dot now, sorry, date time dot now. You can call like this. When it was down, it will show. You can run that. Now I am disabling my Wi-Fi hotspot. See, the link was on. Now I switch my hotspot. So we are getting the downtime. So the time is 12:03. So we are getting the downtime. So here the link was active. For our convenience, we can able to mention the downtime for the successful ping also. For that we have to define here. Time no. So I'm sorry friends, this will be a lengthy video I guess, so it will be more clarity on this. So link was active, which means IP, location and time. So to differentiate this, I just mentioned these comments. You just ignore it. Format, and then I am closing this. Here we can test it now. Time, okay. See here, for the successful ping we can't get the time. So what will be the cause? We can check. Okay, see, if you are defining that brace, how much brace you are giving here, curly brace, he has to define here also. Here I missed it, so I am just saving and then again has to check. See, now it is happening. So I hope you understood how we are automating these kind of steps. And here the little bit change. So we are getting the parameters like IPs and then locations and then exact type when it was up and then when it was down. But this was not sufficient on production level environment. So on the production level environment, you has to define some logs. So when it was down with timestamp. So in text file, you has to save and then you has to get this done. For your reference and all, you just mention this can in this time it will be down. So for this we can import. I think we are jumping to the file handling part. So file handling, here I will define with open and will be what will be the path. So path is nothing but I am taking this and in this desktop production folder is my directory and then I plan to do some text file here. So let me confirm it. So slash and then downlogs dot txt. Okay, see here there is no downlogs yet. Okay, with open first we have to define the path and we have to define which mode this file handling part will operate. So here I defining as a write mode and if we are if we are storing the text file format, then we have to define that encoding. This will be the encoding part as f. We have to create an object as f. Object is in this case I created as a f, so you can change from your convenience and f dot write. So here I will define server SEO, server which location, maybe London or UK or something, UK USA server down at server and server IP. So here 3 curly braces I defined. So here we has to input 3 parameters dot so here I am copying this. So first one is IP and second one I minus 1 will be the location. So here we wrongly mentioned. We can correct it. So it will be better server IPs and server location and down at the timestamp. Okay. So with open we can able to save this log in this directory like desktops and then production directories, and then downlogs in the name of downlogs. So here we are still not getting any desktop. Here we are in desktop, and then production we are not getting any downlogs. So see, please understand the conditions here. It will be more important. Only down. Is there any down? That log should be captured in this downlogs. Okay. So let's test. And we can test. Sorry, let me clear everything. So it is active. Now I am disabling my Wi-Fi. I think we has to wait for the Russia. See here, the link was down, Russia, and we are pointing the time. Okay, let's go here. Downlogs. See here, server IPs and then server locations and then exact downtime. So let's run it again. So let me extend the timings. Okay. So it will be more lengthy video. Try to adjust it. So here it will give more clarity on this. I will make it as 4 RTOs. Sorry, 4 being request from our end. So let's run. Currently my internet is disabled. Again I'm connecting. Now internet is connected. Think yeah, it is getting. Now again I am stopping my internet. In hotspot it is connected, but I am disabling the data in my mobile. So again the Russia is down. Okay, let's check in the log files. Just close it and then go, and then see here again the Russia, but the time is 12:13. But for the comparison, there will be 3 down locations, which means the USA and then France and then the Russia. There will be 3 down, but we are getting the one. So let's try to troubleshoot it. Out of 3, 1 means. So specifically we have to locate the session, which means file handling sessions. I think we are defined right. So here I am defined a write mode. In that write mode, it is overwriting. Okay, so when there is a down on USA, so it will overwrite from the next down incident of the France. Then it will overwrite the next incident of the Russia. So let's see how we can able to avoid this. Instead of write, we just need to mention A. So A in the sense append. So it will not delete that existing old one. So it will append in the next line. So let's save. Now I am connecting my internet. Then let's check. I am disabling the internet. Currently USA is okay up, and then France server is up. Just now I disabled. So here for further go Germany and then UK and then Russia is there. Again I am enabling my internet. active. Again I am disabling my internet. Okay, this timestamp is not sufficient. Here only getting Germany server is down. Let me close and then open. See here, that one more issue we got. Here it is collapsing. Okay, here it is collapsing, the previous one and then the next one is combined. We are getting that. So as per the technical concern, we are doing well, and for this file handling part we has to focus. So obviously we has to give new line on the end of this. We has to define a new line. Okay, and then just try to save. So let me delete everything, including the text file also, log files. So currently there is a no log file in the directory, only the test, the Python file, and then our automate text file. So what I will do means, I am just enabling my hotspot now. I am just try to run the script again. I am disabling my hotspot and internet. So US and then France IP will up. And then Germany and then UK and then Russia will be down. I will make it as a down because the internet is not there. So here we are getting the continuous 3 down, so we are not having the internet, so we are unable to reach the targeted server. Let's check in the down log. Yes, here we can able to see that server locations. Germany down, Russia is down. We can compare. See, location wise 174, and then Germany is down, and then UK. So here we can able to segregate that IPs which were in down and which were in up. So yes, we can able to do that. Those who are successful ping, we can able to store in text files and for our reference, but there is no need on production level. We have to consider only the down, which means now if there is no reachability, then we can able to capture, and then we can able to store in one text file for our reference and which time it is down and all. So till now it is good. So what will be the next one? So the next one will be, so yes, we can able to done everything, like, so here if we are having the static IPs, if we are having the production server IPs with the host names, we can able to test whether reachability is not there or not. If there is a reachability, there is a no issue. If there is going down or unable to reach, if there is a no reachability, in this case we can able to print that IPs and the location and then when it is happened and all. And also we can able to store these IPs when there is a no reachability case, then we can able to store in the text file with the timestamps for our reference. Everything is fine. So in production level, we can't able to run the script continuously. So these kind of scripts we can able to run like this. So in single run we can able to test these kind of things and all. How we can able to achieve on continuous basis, which means 5 minutes once or 3 minutes once the automatic script has to be run, correct? So how we can able to achieve this automatic trigger? So this will happen by importing one of the module called time. So here we can able to import the time module. In the time module you just mention, so when it will be the continuous process, right? So it will be the continuous process. So what we has to define means we has to define while. For the continuous process we has to define the while with the true statement. So this will be a crucial one, and below that you has to define time dot sleep, and sleep condition will be uh, here I am defining 10 seconds. Okay, for our videos already we taken more time I guess, so we are defining 10 seconds. If you need a 5 minutes you just mention according the seconds or not 300 seconds. Sorry folks, so getting more time regarding this. That's it. It will be a better okay. So let it be run. Okay, so see here it will not start on immediate basis, so it will wait for the 10 seconds. Okay, it will wait for the 10 seconds, so that's what we are defined sleep as 10. So after 10 seconds it will start that pingings and all. So now the internet is not connected, so that's what you are getting down. Now I connected my internet and then again I disconnected, so that's what the France server is up. Again down, again I try to turn on my internet. UK is down and then Russia is active. Yes. So see here. So this video I will covered everything, which means I just covered what will be the list and how we can segregate that odd and even index, and how we try to use this index in the for loops, and with for loop with conditions, and we are using the subprocess modules. Yes, in subprocess module how we can able to define the basic ping, and yes, and how we can able to define with the timestamp when there is a no reachability, if there is a down server or down at host level, we can able to get the time also, and how we can able to save in the directory. So in single shell we can able to see what will be the list, and how to use the subprocess, and how we can able to use the time module, and how we can able to use the with function, and that's it, right? Yes, and then date and time module. See here looping is occur. Now the internet is active, so automatically it will run every time. So now I am getting down at 12:25. I will make my internet as down. Okay, so here at 12:25 the internet I just cut off. So here the continuous I am getting the down and like this down state print will be happened. So friends, so in this way you try to automate yourself. And the last thing I just try to elaborate this. So here importing the subprocess and time module, and from date and time we just imported module, and here we define the list. Okay, here define the list with locations and then IPs. Here you can able to define that host name and then with IPs. Here the condition when it was a true, the condition will go for 10 second down, which means 10 seconds sleep. After 10 seconds, the for loop will execute. So for loop in the range, I define the length of the server IP list. So it will execute this, and here I just mentioned that list condition as I is equal to 0 pass. So here I just filtering that only that even path. So here the even index is filtering, which means in this case I will be 135 like that. So 1 will be this IP and then 3 will be this IP. So this IP will be passing as an argument to the ping. So this ping will start. So in this ping, if there is a successful ping, yes, if there is a successful ping, then you will get if statement will be equal to 0, and if it is not successful, if there due to some unreachabilities or no internet or server is down, so then you will get the link was down. And initially we try to achieve with the timestamp, and later we can able to get the log with functionality we can able to define here. And in width, please make sure if you are using the width, if you are in network level, you try to do some task, you always try to use that append method. So append method will create and then it will add one by one, it will not overwrite it. So we can able to append in sequential ways. So here that's all friends. Here let's we see that output. Yeah, as discussed, there is no internet. So we see here there is no internet. So we're getting that question mark here. So here we are getting the outputs like this, and we can see the logs now. Downloads. See. Server IPs and then down at everything will be down at. So all will be the total. Okay. So this will be the conditions and this will be the logic for automation stuff. I hope this video will be very much helpful, and I'm sorry this video will be lengthy. So try to go through this video one time or two times, then you come to know and what will be the functions and what will be the modules and what will be how we can utilize on production level. So it will be more useful if you are learning, and if you are not using, it is not a use. So if you are learning and how you are implementing on production level, it will be very helpful for you to give more clarity on the Python environment. So thanks guys. So please depends on your feedback. I am waiting for in comment sections. You just input your comments, and if there is any confusion on this video, you just comment. I just try to elaborate it again. So next video we try to see a different more task like this. We'll see, and please try to subscribe for the IT Guide channel. So it will be helpful for me to do more videos on this. So thanks for watching. Thanks.